Randy Johnson was more in the 220 range. Schultz is 240, but each of them 6'10". First pitch was in there on Trout. And there goes Neto. The pitch taken, the throw down to second. It's going to be close, and he is called out. And I don't know if the Angels are going to challenge this one. Neto thinks they should. He's still standing at second base. We'll see if the Angels challenge it.
I mean, that was a perfect throw from Romo on the money. The throw beats him. Did he get his hand in underneath the tag is the question, as Neto was trying to get it in there, and I don't think he did. I think he's going to be called out, and the Angels agree they won't challenge.
No challenge, so that's the first out on the caught stealing. And the count on Trout's 1-1 strike. No score, bottom of the first. Trout with a little pop on the first base side. It's going in foul territory. Chasing and making the grab on that one is Murakami, and that'll be an easy out. Two are gone. This bottom of the first inning, it's being presented by Foundation Building Materials, the official jersey partner of Angels baseball. The Angels made some roster moves today. Alek Manoah added to the active roster. Manoah had been on the IL with the right middle finger contusion, and the Angels sent down Sam Aldegari back to AAA Salt Lake. He was the starting pitcher for the Angels last night. Pitches in there on Vaughn Grissom, who's bumped up to the 3-hole today. 0 for 3 in the series. Here's the pitch, and a swing. He swings right through that one, and the count goes to 0-2. Grissom has tailed off a little bit. 1 for his last 13. .280 batting average. Here's the next pitch, and that is a called third strike, and Grissom knew it. He was taking that sinker, got him looking at 96 miles per hour, so a pretty good inning for Schultz. He faces only 3, did walk the caught stealing against Neto in the inning as well. We've completed one. We head to the second. No score at the Big A on Angels Radio, also available free on the Angels Radio app.
Baseball is back, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. Los Angeles is trading at 32% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $305 if they regain the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code GLOVE to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Hey, it's Roger Lodge, and if you're ever injured in an accident, Easton & Easton is the right call to make. They combine decades of legal experience with cutting-edge technology to build the strongest case possible, because results matter. They're not just a law firm. They're a family that fights for you. They know how to win, and when you're with them, you're part of the family. You deserve more than just legal help. Let their family help yours, because family never settles for less.
Past results do not guarantee future performance. Located in Orange County, California.
Ben's Asphalt, not just another paving company. Based in Southern California with a large national presence, Ben's Asphalt is well-versed in all your asphalt and concrete needs, including demolition, soil treatment, seal coat, striping, and road slurry. With decades of experience in asphalt repairs and maintenance, as well as new construction, Ben's Asphalt has continued to pave the roads and parking lots that our communities have depended on since 1961. And go Angels!
Sunny afternoons and baseball? That's a perfect match, just like Kettle One and cocktails. Kick back, soak up the action, and sip on an ice-cold Kettle One vodka cocktail. Kettle One, made to cocktail, and proud partner of Angels baseball.
Here we go to the second, and the first batter up. Colson Montgomery, a left-handed batter. He takes the first pitch from Walter Urania. It was a sinker, and it missed for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Montgomery 2 for 9 with a run batted in the series. He's hitting .227, and he takes that one low. 2 balls and no strikes. Angels trying to come away with a series win. It's been a while. And here comes the next pitch. This is hit well out into left center field. Chasing after it is Trout. Also the left fielder Teodosio. Neither can catch it. It Takes a bounce, hits off the wall out there in left center. And that is a leadoff opposite field double for Montgomery, his 7th double of the year.
Urania's had some issues this year locating the fastball. This one's left right over the middle, and he's able to drive it to that left center field gap. Goes the other way with it. Not many left-handers have been able to do that against Urania this year, but Montgomery just did, and now he's standing in scoring position with nobody out.
That is just the 5th hit he's given up to a left-handed batter so far this season, and he's appearing in his 6th game, his 4th start. This is Mydroth at the plate. He's a right-handed batter, and the first pitch on him a ball. It was a sinker at 98. So a runner in scoring position for the White Sox. Here's the next pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Gave him another sinker at 98.
And when things are going good, that's about where Urania sits. The fastball velocity has always been there. The question is truly always about location for Urania.
And here's the pitch, and that's a chase and a miss. So it's 1-2.
And that was a well-located changeup down, and that's just a great change of pace pitch for Urania, working that into his repertoire.
I dropped the hot hitter coming in, 6-game hitting streak, hits in 17 of his last 19 games. Counts 1-2, and the next delivery pops this one in the air in a shallow right field. Coming hard in is Adele. He's not going to be able to get to it. It's going to bloop in for a single, and they have him at the corners. It was not hit deep at all. Both Shonowell and Grissom were in pursuit. The infielders going back to the right field side shallow, and no one could catch it. So runners at first and third, no outs. Benintendi, who's had 6 hits in the first 2 games of this series, he will be the next batter. Angels have seen the White Sox a lot over the last week. 6th meeting going back to the last road trip when the Angels faced the White Sox in Chicago. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit low and outside. One thing about the White Sox, and this will be the final time the Angels play them this season, they are pesky. They kind of remind you a little bit of the Angels of old. They like to run the bases, take extra bases. Here's the pitch. And this is lifted in the air. It's hit to center field. Going back on that one is Trout. He's at the warning track. He'll make the catch, tagging both runners. And coming in and scoring is the lead runner, Montgomery. And also just getting to second base safely is Mydroth. And he's down, face down. He's not moving a whole lot right now.
No, he is clearly in some pain. That was a good throw from Trout, and I think that he's also trying to catch his breath a little bit as well. And, yeah, he's clearly hurting. Trout goes all the way back to the warning track, almost at the wall, fires a strike to Grissom coming in, slides past the bag. And I don't know where Mydroth, who kind of belly flopped a little bit on the slide, maybe hit his wrist when he was coming down there, and they're looking at that right now.
Yeah, I think he hit his head when he went diving head first into the bag. It looked like his forehead hit the dirt before he got the second, and that's clearly what they're checking out right now.
Lost the helmet while tagging, and yeah, they're giving him those, checking to see if there's a cut or just make sure that he didn't get his bell rung and that he's okay. Still, want to give some credit to Mike Trout for that throw. I mean, he had an outfield assist earlier in the series. We're seeing Trout play better defense than we've seen over the last few years. And he's been out in center field a bunch, has missed just 1 game this season. It was a good throw, just not in time. And Mydroth is going to stay in the game.
So Kelnick will be the next hitter, a lefty batter. 1-0 White Sox on that sac fly. Kelnick in this series, 3 for 7. He's hitting .308 since he got called up from AAA Charlotte. The pitch. He takes that one outside for a ball. This top of the second, 1-0 Chicago on top. Presented by Hyatt Vacation Club. Enjoy a 4-day, 3-night resort getaway from 6 beautiful locations. Call 866-440-8783 to learn more. Here's the pitch, and a wave and a miss, and that was a good changeup right there.
He doubles up with that changeup. He threw Kelenic one that he laid off for a ball. That one was even further beneath the zone and got Kelenic to chase after it to swing and miss.
Here's the next pitch, and he was checking on that one. They say he was holding. Came back with a third straight changeup. And Urania has a good changeup. He's a guy that basically has 4 pitches, fastball, and he'll also sink it. He has a sweeper and the change.
I think it's Maddox's law. Mike Maddox says, if you don't have a changeup, you're not going to pitch on my staff.
Counts 2-1. Long pause here, and he just gets the pitch off in time, and that's a chase and a miss. And another changeup, and the count's level. It's 2-2.
Kelenic clearly isn't seeing it very well, and it's just a matter of, is Urania going to be able to find his spot and hit his target?
Here's the 2-2, and he tried to pick away on the outside part of the plate, gave him another changeup. Full count, 3-2 on Jared Kelenic. Here's the payoff, and he swings late, fouls that one back to the club level, just to our left.
Oh, I like it for Urania. It was almost there. I mean, he had Kelenic, his eyes adjusted to 92, 93, and then he comes in 99 with the fastball, and Kelenic was way late, but able to stay alive.
Again, a 3-2 pitch. Tapped foul, so a good battle going on here. Kelnic's fouled off a lot of 2-strike pitches. Next pitch is going to be the 8th of this matchup.
A fun battle, sure, but now Urania's pitch count's starting to creep up. He's at 28 pitches. Here comes number 29 of the afternoon, 1 out in the second.
And it's on its way, and that one just missed. That was a changeup. So that's the first walk issued by Urania. He's had a pitch with some traffic here in this inning. Just 1 out. They have him at first and second with a run in.
And that's really always been the story for Urania at the minor league level at an ERA over 5 last year. Not because the stuff wasn't good enough, but because he just didn't have the command. He's been better this year, but it's obviously still a work in progress for a pitcher at 22 years old.
Next pitch, and this is Peters at the plate, a lefty batter. He chases and misses that sinker. White Sox have scored first in all 3 games of this series. They had scored first inning runs in each of the first 2 games. Didn't score in the first today, but they've scored in the second. They're threatening to get more. And there's a bunt on the third base side. That's a fair ball at the moment, and now it finally crosses the line foul. That was a line hugger that, well, maybe about 9/10 of the way up that third base side. It was fair, and maybe 5 feet from the bag, it trickled foul.
Yeah, Peraza came up. I mean, that was a bunt that had a little bit of steam on it. Peraza was closing in. He could have tried to pick it up to make a play over there. It would have been bang, bang. Makes a wise decision to let that drift to the left side of the chalk.
So 0-2 is the count on Tristan Peters. He's gone 0 for 4 in this series. He started 2 of the 3 games. He's a former Savannah Banana. And here's the pitch. A swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes. Second strikeout for Walbert Urania, and the batter will be the catcher, the 9-hole hitter, Drew Romo.
And he just blew this one right by him. Excellent pitch, 98 miles an hour with that fastball, and Peters didn't stand a chance against it.
So that's a big out with 2 outs now in the inning, and the pitch, and that's a little bit low on Romo. He's gone 0 for 4 in this series. He hurt the Angels last week when the 2 teams met in Chicago. Switch hitter batting from the left side, hitting just .214 for the White Sox since he got called up. And Urania bluffs a toss to second. When the Angels step up in the bottom of the second, Middle third of the batting order, Soler, Adele, and Peraza against Schultz. Here's the 1-0. That's a pitch a little bit low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
And this is a big at-bat here against the 9-hitter Romo in an inning that started with a double and a single. 1 run is scored. If Urania can get out of this, allowing just that 1 run, he'd have to feel like that's a big win. Still 2 on.
6th batter in the inning, swings and fouls it off to our left, backing out of play.
The last thing you want to do is give up a hit here, and then you turn the lineup over back to the top.
And lately, the bottom part of opposing teams' batting orders have proven to be trouble for the Angels to pitch. That's a pitch in there for a called strike. So it's a 2-2 count. And Romo asks for time. Romo was born in Fountain Valley, but really grew up in Texas. The 2-2, and that's a little bit low, so it's going to be another 3-ball count.
Terry, you'd mentioned before the 4-pitch mix that Urania features. This first time through the order, we've seen almost exclusively fastball changeup. And we haven't really seen a lot of breaking pitches. It's just been about controlling the speed.
Haven't really seen the sweeper. Here's the 3-2, and that's nowhere close. And that was a changeup, and that is going to load the bases, and it's also going to get pitching coach Mike Maddox out to the mound. So once this meeting is over, Urania is going to have to deal with runners everywhere against a pesky hitter in this series, Sam Antonacci.
Yeah, Terry, you were talking before about this White Sox team. They're better. After all the years of losing, and I mean, for 3 straight years, they were in the absolute cellar of baseball, but they got some good draft picks, and they're making the most of those draft picks, and they've started to come along a little bit. Now you're seeing them, and you know, they're in the neighborhood of 500 right now in a division where nobody's over 500. You feel like the AL Central is totally up for grabs, and the White Sox might end up even being contenders for the division this year, which is wild. You wouldn't say that any division in the National League. In the AL Central, they might be.
Only a half game out of first going into the action today, and the 5 teams in that division, they're separated going into the day by just a game and a half. That's how tight things are right now in the AL Central. And the first pitch here on Antonacci, left-handed hitter, he takes it for ball 1. It was a sinker. Base is loaded. Here's the pitch, and that is low and inside. 2-0.
That just looks like overthrowing. I mean, it clearly he's amped up, knowing how big this spot is. Base is full, trying to keep it to 1 run.
Look at the breakdown in his pitches so far. 28 pitches, 14 strikes, 14 out of the strike zone. Here's the 2-0 in there for a called strike. Changeup.
On top of that, he started first 9 pitches, 8 of them were strikes. So the scales have gone the other way since the first couple of batters.
Antonacci grounded out on the first base side his first time up. Came into this game, hits in 6 of his last 7 games. Here's the pitch. Swings at this one and pops it up. Shallow left field. Should be the end of the inning. Coming in under and making the grab is Teodosio, is playing left field today, and the inning is over. So Urania had to face 7 batters, and they leave them loaded. We are headed now to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Chicago on Angels Radio, also available free on the Angels Radio app.
Be one of the first 25,000 fans in attendance at the Big A on Monday, June the 1st against the Rockies, and walk away with a new City Connect cooler tote courtesy of your Colt Probiotic drink. Visit angels.com/promotions for more.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on brakes?
We mark Duralast brake pads down to free.
Free Duralast brake pads?
When you buy 2 rotors.
Can I get Duralast Gold pads for free?
With 2 Duralast Gold rotors, and there's a lifetime warranty on brake pads.
That's a huge markdown for so many miles.
Save on brakes and more during Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
Tune in to watch your Angels all season long. If you have a cable or satellite TV package, head over to ABTV on the exact same channel you watched the Angels last season. If you want to stream your Halos at home or on the go without a cable or satellite package, you can sign up for Angels.tv. For all the info you need on how to watch Angels baseball, visit Angels.com/watch for details.
First batter up for the Angels. We go to the bottom of the second inning is Jorge Soler. Joe Adell and Oswald Peraza will follow. It's 1-0 White Sox as the big lefty Noah Schultz ready. Here's the pitch. And that one misses a little bit inside. Mentioned he's 6'10". He's tied for the tallest left-handed pitcher to ever pitch in the majors. There's been a couple of right-handed pitchers an inch taller than him. But you just don't see guys this size out on the mound or anywhere in baseball for that matter. Here's the pitch, and that's a big swing and a miss. 2-1 is the count. White Sox, I mentioned, drafted him, first-round pick. That was back in 2022. He slid down to the 26th pick overall in that draft. He had mononucleosis when he was in his senior year in high school and didn't pitch a whole lot, so some teams kind of shied away, and that's why he was a late first-round pick. Here's the next delivery. That's a liner. It's going to drop into very shallow left center and then roll on out to Peters, the center fielder. So that's the first Angel hit of the day. Second hit in the series for Soler, and the Angels have a runner on, and Joe Adell will be the next batter.
Yeah, it was just best on best right there. Schultz really lives with that fastball, and Soler is a fastball hitter. He gets one elevated, able to get enough of it to shoot it up the middle for a single. Try to spark this Angels offense in the second.
So here's Adell, and the first pitch on Joe. He takes it, and it's in there for a called strike.
That single for Soler, the first hit of the game. That's presented by 714 Tickets. Buy, sell, and enjoy the best seats. Download the app or visit 714tickets.com.
Here's the next one on Adell, who's gone 1 for 6 in the series. His season average 264. He takes that one. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that's a pitch there. Adell tried to hold up. They say he went around. Infield backed up, outfield straight away. They play Adell deep. Had 4 homers so far this season, and there's a pitch right there that he chases and misses. Struck him out on a changeup. So that is out number 1, and the batter will be Peraza. Strikeout number 2 for Noah Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz just had Adell fooled on that changeup. It was low in the zone, and, it's only, I say only, it's 95, 96 miles an hour, the fastball from Schultz, but at 6'10", he feels like he's right on top of you.
And the batter now is Peraza, and the first pitch on him, a changeup for ball 1. Here's the left-hander's pitch. That's a little high and away.
Angels getting Grissom and Peraza both in the order today. Now you want to have some left-handed bats in there, but Moncada struggled so as well.
Here's the next pitch, and that's a little pop. It's going to clear the left side of the infield and drop into left. Bounces on out to Antonacci. That one wasn't hit very hard at all off the bat of Peraza right there. Just 81 miles per hour off his bat. Angels have something brewing. First and second, one out, and Shonowell will be the hitter. He is the lone left-handed batter in the lineup, and Schultz so far in his 4 big league starts coming into today, he's not allowed a hit yet to a left-handed batter. They're 0 for 12 against them in the pitch. That's a pitch in there for a called strike.
Well, and it's not like Shonowell's got a great track record against southpaws. 171 this season against left-handers.
He's been batting lower in the batting order lately when the Angels face lefties, and there's a pitch he takes in. That's in there, and he's quickly in the hole. They count 0-2. 1-0 White Sox, bottom of the second. Shonowell taking some time before moving back into the box. Schultz is a pretty quick worker. Doesn't waste a lot of time out there. Here's his next pitch. And this is grounded on the right side of the infield. Could be 2. Flip to second and then the out at second. But then the ball popped out of the hand of the shortstop, Montgomery, who was getting ready to fire to first base. So that'll go down as a fielder's choice. When it left the bat, and with Shonowell running, you were thinking double play to end the inning. But the inning isn't over yet, and the next batter is going to be d'Arnaud.
And a good slide by Peraza going to that right side of the bag, making that transition tougher for Montgomery. Even if you get him to just have to think about it for a split second, it can make all the difference in the world, and that's exactly how it played out to keep the inning alive.
Well, the Angels have him at the corners now. Soler, the lead runner, at third. Shonowell at first. d'Arnaud is the batter. He's 2 for his last 13, and he takes that one for a called strike. d'Arnaud is hitting 182. He's had 6 hits so far this season. He has not driven in a run, so this would be a good time to get that first RBI. Here's the pitch, and he lifts this one high in the air. This ball is well hit out into left field. You can kiss it goodbye. He's not only going to get his first RBI, he's going to get his second and his third of the season with that 3-run homer, and the Angels lead it 3-1. How about that?
Travis d'Arnaud parks this pitch into the bullpen. The young fans here at the Big A bringing great energy. And on a day where the discussion was about Logan O'Hoppe working his way back, getting some work done in the cage, it's the veteran, Travis d'Arnaud, a sweet swing to send this one to the bullpens in left field.
396, nearly 400 feet off the bat of d'Arnaud. And here's Teodosio with a little bloop in a shallow right. Diving, unable to make the catch is Kelnick. And Teodosio can fly, will fly into second base with the dive, and a hustle double keeps the inning going. Teodosio, he's been hitting lately, even though he came into this ball game. His last at bat for the Angels was last month, as it turned out, on the 27th of April, but he's now had 7 hits his last 13 times up.
3 of his last 4 starts, he's had a multi-hit game. And Teodosio, a little dying quail, able to turn it into a double as it dropped down. Boy, has this game spun quickly for Noah Schultz. I mean, Peraza's slide into second base breaks up the double play, extends the inning. Travis d'Arnaud then with a 3-run homer, followed by that now a double, and none of these have been hit hard. Yeah, d'Arnaud hit his hard. Nobody else really great exit velo off of Schultz, yet he's given up 3 runs here in the inning.
Yeah. And the White Sox, they're a pretty good fielding team. They are 6th in the AL in fielding percentage, and although there hasn't been an error in the inning, failing to turn that double play certainly has proven to be costly for them here in this inning. Neto, the batter, and the first pitch on him, a sweeper for strike 1. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside part of the plate.
With that Teodosio double, it's presented by Surfside Iced Tea. No bubbles, no troubles.
Oh, and 2 on Neto. Trout will be up next. Here's the pitch, and that misses low and away. This bottom of the second inning, Angels have put a 3 spot on the board, lead it 3-1. The bottom of the second inning, it's being brought to you by Coors Light. Coors Light, choose chill. And the next pitch, a shot into right, and this is trouble. It's going to roll all the way out to the short wall. Scoring will be Teodosio. Neto's going to head on to third base, and he will get there standing up with a 2-out triple, his first triple of the year. Angels add on 4-1.
Sometimes the game speeds up, and it is on Noah Schultz right now. Hits this one the other way down that right field line, and with Kelenic trying to cut it off before it got to the corner, he couldn't do it, and that had triple all the way once it got past Kelenic as he goes in standing up, Zach Neto does.
So here's Trout. He has a chance to drive in a run with 2 outs. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 3 straight batters reaching with 2 outs in this inning, and Angels getting 4 RBIs with 2 outs in the inning. Here's Trout chasing and missing that one. When Neto got that stand-up triple, I mentioned his first of the year, he was on top of the third base bag. He looked over to his dugout. Of course, he's not too far away, and he kind of gave him a pose of the basketball player making a jump shot. Here's the pitch, and that's outside. It misses. Yeah, good to see Neto's bat back, because it had disappeared for a while.
Looks like he's having fun again.
Here's the next one on Trout. This is popped near second base. The second baseman struggling with the sun, and it drops in. Wow. It drops in, and Neto scores. What a gift run that is right there. That ball was so playable, but a tough sun field here today, and my draw didn't catch it. Wow, what a break.
What a break for the Angels, who ever since Peraza broke up that double play, Darno homered, Teodosio doubled, Neto tripled, and there's Mike Trout with an RBI single. Next 4 batters have hit for the cycle.
Here's the pitch, and a big cut there by Grissom, and that's strike 1. That might have been Mike Trout's luckiest RBI of his career right there. He gets an infield single on a pop-up not far from second base that the second baseman lost in the bright sunshine. There's one that's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
Mike Trout's a golf guy. He knows there's no pictures on the scorecard, and that applies to baseball today as well. With that, what should have been a routine pop-up ends up dropping for an RBI hit.
There's 2 outs in the inning. There could have been 5 outs in this inning. Here's the pitch. That's fouled back behind the plate. And so the count's 0-2 here on Grissom. Well, nice to see the Angels getting some breaks going their way.
Over 162. It's supposed to come back eventually, right? Maybe today, the start of that.
A 5-1 Angels lead here, bottom of the second. There's a pickoff toss, and back to the bag goes Trout. He still might be surprised he's even on base over there. And there's a toss over to first, and Trout is back again, so he could be on the move here if he wants to. He's drawn a couple of throws here during this at bat for Vaughn Grissom. Trout not running, though. The pitch, and this is hit well into right center field. Under it is Peters on the warning track. The center fielder will put it away, and that's how the inning will end. But the Angels do some severe damage against the White Sox, all with 2 outs. A 5-run inning. It's 5-1 Angels. We head to the third on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
The Toyota Friends and Family Fun Pack makes it easy to get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks, all for just $44 at the Big A. For more on the Toyota Friends and Family Fun Pack, call 714-4ANGELS or visit angels.com/funpack.
If you are a smoker, have a history of smoking in the past 15 years, and are 50 or older, lung screenings are your MVP in the game of health. I'm Dr. Nilesh Vora, oncologist with Memorial Care. Did you know that only 6% of eligible patients get their lungs screened? As a result, 40% of patients with lung cancer are diagnosed with stage 4 disease. At Memorial Care Cancer Institute, if you meet the criteria mentioned earlier, we have a low-dose CT scan screening study that can save your life. Get screened so we can find cancer sooner. Delaying care doesn't make the cancer go away, it just makes it harder to treat.
Hey campers, it's Jan from Toyota. This summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota, and the fun starts now. We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a RAV4. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
This summer, the Angels are offering week-long youth baseball and softball camps presented by Mountain Mike's Pizza throughout Orange and Riverside counties for boys and girls ages 4 to 13. Camp highlights include a full Angels uniform, an autograph from a current Angel player, and 2 tickets to the camper reunion event at Angel Stadium in September. Don't miss out. Visit angels.com/camps to learn more about our youth baseball and softball camps today. That's angels.com/camps.
Urania, the Angels starter, is working with a 5-run lead. The first pitch, this one is fouled back, not too far away from us, out of play. Murakami is the batter. The count's 0-1. Angels left side of the infield. Neto way over near second, and Peraza, the third baseman, deep in the shortstop hole where he's positioned. Here's the next pitch on Murakami, and he takes that one. It's 1-1 strike. Top of the third inning, Angels up 5-1. Top of the third, presented by Modelo. The mark of a fighter must be 21 and over. Please drink responsibly. Here's the next pitch, and that's taken for a called strike. They gave Murakami, for the most part, the night off last night. He wasn't in their starting lineup. He did come in later in the game, and he got a hit. He's had 4 hits so far in the series. Here's the pitch, and boy, he was way late right there on that fastball. That was elevated at 97. He just blew him away right there, struck him out.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch right there. And it's not like that's the fastest fastball we've seen from Urania today, but it was in a perfect spot to get the swing and miss. And Murakami's going to hit his home runs, but he's going to do that too. There's the first out of the third.
Third strikeout for the Angels right-hander. Miguel Vargas is the batter. Here's the pitch on him. It's lifted foul on the right side, backing out of play.
Some listeners may notice maybe some younger voices screaming here at Angel Stadium today. Today is part of the STEAM Day, Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math for many young students.
There's a pitch low and outside.
Ben Joyce was out there with some of the kids earlier today, bringing math and science, baseball all together. Part of the science of sport happening at Angel Stadium today. A little youth movement. That young energy helping out.
Here's the pitch. And that's taken for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. That last pitch, a fastball at 98. Albert Urania, he ended up pitching out of a bases-loaded jam last inning. Here's the next pitch. That's outside, and he's fallen behind. It's now 3-1 on Vargas with Montgomery waiting on deck. Outfield straightaway, infield backed up. Next pitch. And this is popped in the air, foul on the left side. It's going to land back, way back behind the Angels dugout on the third base side.
And this just feels like a huge inning for Urania. Right after getting the 5 runs, you just want to keep that momentum going and turn it over and just keep the game on the Angels' terms.
3-2 payoff. This is one hopper. Nice stop by Peraza, the third baseman. He's got the great arm, and he gets it there in time to first base. Nicely done by Oswald Peraza. Out number 2.
I think Peraza was trying to sell that he had caught it, but he didn't have much time to make his appeal. Instead, fires a strike over to Nolan Shonwell. He might have caught that in the air. It was close, but it ends up not mattering on a bang-bang play. Great throw. Boy, Peraza is sure a good defender over there at third.
And he has a really strong arm. Here's Montgomery. He's doubled and scored their only run, and there's one grounded foul off his bat on the first base side. 0-1 is the count. Angels have gone 2-3 in this homestand.
There's a lot to like about Peraza's game. Hitting over 280 right now. Got a hit earlier. Plays solid defense. You can put him really anywhere in the infield. He can hold his own. No Moncada, the switch hitter, but right now, what Peraza's giving you over at third, it is tough to see an Angels lineup without him in it.
Here's the pitch on its way. That's right in there for a called strike. Well, there's no doubt that Peraza's a better defensive player than Moncada. And with that said, his offense has been better than Moncada's as well. And Moncada has really struggled facing lefties this year. That's one of the reasons he's not in the lineup today. And there's a chase and a miss. 0-2 pitch gets Montgomery. That was a good fastball. 98 struck him out. Pair of strikeouts in the inning. And already 4 in the game for the Angel rookie right-hander. Bottom of the third is next. Angels in good shape early, up 5-1 on Angels Radio. Also available free on the Angels Radio app.
Join your Angels for every Saturday night home game and stay to enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Visit angels.com/promotions for more.
Try one-of-a-kind Pac-Man treats at the Pac-Man Chomp Stop located next to Level Up in the right field pavilion. Pac-Man-themed desserts and drinks include caramel apples, Rice Krispies, Pac-Man cookies, and lemonade in a Pac-Man cup. It's also the exclusive location for Pineapple Dole soft serve in Pac-Man branded helmet. Visit the Pac-Man Chomp Stop next to Level Up in the right field pavilion today.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
First batter for the Angels is Jorge Soler. And the first pitch to him, he chases and misses that one from Schultz. Here's the next pitch, and that's a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count.
It was Soler's single in the last inning that started the Angel offense to ignite what would turn into a 5-run frame.
Here's the next pitch, and that is a chase and a miss. 1-2 is the count. It was a pretty good changeup.
It wasn't like it was an overly hard hit ball by Soler, just kind of muscled it up and worked it into center field for a single.
There's one that's low.
But for the rut this Angels offense has been in, to put a 5 spot on the board feels massive for this Angels ball club.
That pitch there misses outside. So a full count, 3-2. Here's the lefty's next pitch, and that one misses high. He walks him. Soler on for the second time in this game. He singled and scored his first time up. Angels 5 runs, 6 hits. White Sox 1 run, 2 hits. White Sox got the first run in the ball game, and they did it in the top of the second. And then the Angels came back with 5 in the bottom of the second.
Think about the major leagues. You can have your best stuff and still may not get the results. Let's see how this 22-year-old fares here. Dealing with the adversity. You know, the drop pop-up, the double play ball that he thought he was out of the inning, all the 2-out damage the Angels were able to do, 5 2-out runs in the second inning. It's not like the stuff's been bad. He's been really good. It's just the Angels been a bit fortuitous.
Here's the pitch on Adele, and that's a strike, 0-1.
And maybe more than just fortuitous, they've been timely. The Angels have had big hits in the right moments, and as the game started to slip away from Schultz, they started to attack and pounded it.
Here's the next delivery. That's taken for a strike.
Going to come right back and give up a leadoff walk. For Schultz, getting ahead 0-2 on Adele's a big deal, but he's got to try to get some outs here. Angels threatening once again.
Here's the pitch. And that's inside on Adele, so it's a 1-2 count. Last start that Schultz had, that was last Friday, and that was in San Diego, and he pitched 6 shutout innings against a good hitting Padres team. There's one that's fouled back over near the Angels on deck circle. He allowed just 2 hits. He struck out 6 in that ball game. He retired 17 of the 22 he's faced, but it hasn't gone his way so far here today, although he has had to deal with some bad luck here in this ball game. All the runs are earned against him, and he could have had a scoreless inning against the Angels last inning. Instead, 5 earned runs scored. Here's the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss. A 2-2 sweeper gets Adele, struck him out for the second time. Let's pause for station identification on Angels Radio, also available free on the Angels Radio app.
AM 830 KLAA, Orange County, Los Angeles, and Inland Empire.
Terry Smith along with Trent Rush. Our producer-engineer here on this Wednesday is Jorge Sevilla. Mark Langston has the day off today. He'll be back when the Angels play their next game on Friday in Toronto. Peraza with the count, no balls and a strike. He's had a hit his only time up. It's bottom of the third with the Angels leading 5-1. It's presented by OG's Pizza. And the next pitch, this is a fair ball, grounded third base side, second for 1, relay to first late. Tough to double up Peraza on that one. But they do get the out on Soler for out number 2, a 5-4 fielder's choice, and Shawna will be the next hitter.
So that's now 2 double plays that Peraza has prevented. One time going to second base, that time going to first. You know, he hit into the fielder's choice, but Noah Schultz already given up 5 runs today. That's already more than he's ever given up in a start. He gave up 3 earned against Tampa, his first career outing.
There's a pitch that's low.
I mean, here we are in the third inning. His 3 previous starts coming into this game, he had gone 17 frames and had given up just 3 earned.
1 ball, no strikes on Shotwell. Here's the next delivery. That's right in there for a called strike.
And for an Angels club that came into this game batting just .212 against left-handers at the bottom of baseball, encouraging to see this Angel team already with 6 hits here in the third inning.
Here's the pitch, and Shotwell skies one in the air, third base side, coming in, straddling the foul line in foul territory. Making the catch on it will be the third baseman Vargas, and the inning is over. So not much going on for the Angels in the bottom of the third. The fourth is coming up. Halos have a 5-1 lead on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
There was a time when electricity stirred emotion, when street lamps gave way to incandescent bulbs, and the flicker of a projector made us forget about old grainy photos. Electricity was once a luxury. When done right, it still is. The all-electric Lexus RZ. Because the greatest measure of an automobile is how it makes you feel. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Southern California, when your pipes fail, we prevail. This is the Rooter Company, where excellence isn't an act, it's a habit. From leaks to full sewer replacements, we don't just fix pipes, we restore peace of mind. Trusted by homeowners, property managers, and businesses alike, our mission is simple. We serve you. We're not just plumbers, we're the Rooter family. Fast response, clean work, fair pricing, and same-day service. That's the Rooter standard. Proud supporters of the community we serve. The Rooter Company. We serve you. Call 855-ROOTER-911 or schedule an appointment at therootercompany.com.
Need a little help starting your day? Chick-fil-A has delicious breakfast options just for you. Whether it's the chicken minis, egg white grill, or the classic Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit, served on a freshly baked buttermilk biscuit. Enjoy breakfast with Chick-fil-A, served until 10:30 a.m. Download the Chick-fil-A app and order your favorites today. Plus, with every qualifying purchase, you'll receive points towards tasty rewards. The Chick-fil-A we all enjoy is just a tap away.
The Angels 5K and Fun Run, presented by Lexus, returns to the Big A on the morning of Saturday, May the 30th. Join us for the 16th annual race at 8 a.m. and receive an exclusive Angels medal, a T-shirt, and 2 ticket vouchers. Register now at angels.com/5K.
Fourth inning we go. The Angels up 5-1. This copyrighted broadcast presented by Authority of Angels Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball. So the first batter up, their second baseman, Chase Mydroth. And here comes the pitch. He's taking that one. Misses from Urania, and the count 1 ball, no strikes. Infield backed up except for Peraza. He's right at the edge of the grass, the third baseman. And that's a pitch in there for a strike, a sinker. Urania trying to pick up his first major league win. And here's the pitch, and that's one that's a little low and away. Urania just 22 years old. He hails from the Dominican Republic, and here's the pitch. That one misses low, and he is a deeply religious young man. In fact, he has a little habit every time he's a starting pitcher. He will go out to center field. This is probably 45 minutes or so before the game begins. There's a pitch that is taken. That one misses low, and that's a leadoff walk. He'll go out into shallow center field. He'll kneel down. He'll say some prayers. He blesses himself, gets up, and then I would assume kind of gets into baseball mode.
It's a very religious team. Bryce Teodosio and Mike Trout at the forefront of that as well.
There's a pitch that's a little bit low and away outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Infield now at double play depth. Benintendi is the batter. He has a sac fly. He's driven in their only run so far. He takes that pitch, and that's on the outside part of the plate. That's a called strike. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the next pitch on Benintendi. Smacks one on the right side. Could be 2. Flip to second. Relay to first. Got him. It is a double play. So the Angels turn their first, and just like that, 2 outs, no one on base.
For Walbert Urania to think about his last outing against the New York Mets, where through 5 innings had not given up a run, just 1 hit. Bo Bichette hits the comebacker, hits him off his right leg. You heard it before you saw it even. It was so loud. Tried to stay in the game, but you're concerned, okay, what's this going to do to impact him? Not only does he make his next start today, so far he's given up just 1 run on 2 hits. Here we are with 2 outs in the 4th inning.
Here's Kelnick batting, lefty hitter. Chops one on the left side of the infield. It's going to be fielded by Peraza, who is playing in the shortstop hole with Neto near second, and Peraza will throw out Kelnick. And that is a quick inning to wrap things up. The top of the fourth, it was brought to you today by Kettle One Vodka. Smooth tasting and made to cocktail. We'll get ready now to go to the bottom of the fourth. Angels up 5-1 on Angels Radio. Also available on the Angels Radio app.
What's up, Angels fans? Trent Rush here, host of the Under the Halo podcast. That's right, we're back for another season, and the Under the Halo podcast is a great way for you to get to know your favorite Angels on a deeper, more personal level, and we truly get to know who you're cheering for at the Big A. This year, we're having even more fun with brand new features, all part of our conversations. You can check out the Under the Halo podcast at angels.com/fans. That's the Under the Halo podcast at angels.com/fans.
714 Tickets is Orange County's trusted ticket connection for the last 30 years. From the World Cup to Bruno Mars, 714 Tickets has you covered for all concerts or sporting events. Call 714-TICKETS or visit their Anaheim office or buy online at 714tickets.com. Download the 714 Tickets app and earn 5% back on every online purchase. 714 Tickets, 714 Tickets, 714 Tickets. Buy, sell, enjoy.
When it's game day and your team is on, there's only one place to watch. OG's Sports Brewhouse Pizza. With wall-to-wall TVs, non-stop game day energy, and 12 beers on tap crafted exclusively for OG's, you won't miss a pitch. Add in great pizza, unbeatable happy hours, and specials that keep fans coming back, and you've got the ultimate home plate advantage. Catch every inning, every hit, and every win at OG's Sports Brewhouse Pizza. OG's, where Angels fans watch all the games.
Celebrate every win with Don Julio Reposado, our authentic barrel-aged tequila with smoky notes and a rich, smooth finish. Made it with love from Mexico to Southern California. Salud.
Travis d'Arnaud, the leadoff batter for the Angels here in the bottom of the fourth. Halos up 5-1. First pitch in there for a called strike. d'Arnaud got a big hit for the Angels. That was a couple of innings ago in the bottom of the second, a 3-run homer. Here he lines one by the mound. It's stopped by Mydroth. Long throw, and he will take a hit away from d'Arnaud. Boy, that was a nice play by Mydroth, the second baseman. He went across the second base bag, stopped that one on the left side of the infield, and really threw about a foot or two back from the outfield grass.
I mean, that looked like a hit all the way, and honestly, probably for 8 of the 9 Angels in the order, it might have been a hit. Travis d'Arnaud, not exactly the most fleet of foot. You don't expect that from your catcher, who's still kind of gingerly making his way back to the Angels dugout. With one gone here in the inning.
Here's Teodosio at the plate. He's doubled and scored in this game. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside part of the plate. Teodosio has gotten his batting average up to 265.
Sebastian Rivero just ran down the tunnel. I wonder if there's going to be a change here.
We'll see if maybe d'Arnaud tweaks something running to first base. 1-1 to count on Teodosio. Here's the pitch, and that's a little bit low. Just look back on Teodosio now that he's got his average up to 265. Exactly a month ago, on April the 6th, he did not have a hit yet this season. Here's the pitch. That's low. He was going to get a hit later in that game on April the 6th, a month ago. He was 0 for his first 5 and then finally got a hit. Here's the pitch, and that's a little bit low and outside, and now the count's full. Teodosio's had 7 hits his last 13 times up. Full count. 1 away. Here's the pitch, and there's a ball out of the reach of the first baseman Murakami, and that's another hit for Teodosio. So he's got the average somewhere in the 270s now. He's a tough out right now.
Terry, just like we've always been saying, right? When you need to jumpstart the Angel offense, you need more Bryce Teodosio, right? Who was saying that? Well, not too many folks, but Bryce Teodosio has done just that. What, now 8 for his last 14? This is 4 of his last 5 starts now where he's had a multi-hit game.
So here is Neto at the plate. And the pitch, that's a pitch, it's inside. All you were hearing people say about Teodosio, and there was a large majority, if he could only hit, you know he can play high-level defense in the outfield. He's a difference maker with his glove in the outfield. And there he goes. He's on the move. Pitch was a ball. Throw to second. That's going to be late, and that's a stolen base. And he gets his 3rd of the year.
Stolen base presented by Don Julio Tequila. And Teodosio on the base paths can make anybody's head spin.
His 2-hit day right now. He's hitting 286. Here's the pitch on Neto. Hit could mean a run. That one is inside, and Schultz has fallen behind 3-0 on Neto with Trout waiting on deck. This bottom of the 4th, Angels have a 5-1 lead, trying to get some more. Bottom of the 4th brought to you by JAE Electronics, technology to inspire innovation. Here's the next pitch, and Neto takes, and that is a 4-pitch walk. Trout, the next batter.
There is something to the chaos that Bryce Teodosio brings with his speed. He doesn't hit the ball overly hard. He's never going to be that kind of guy, but he puts it in play and has great wheels. And then he goes and steals second base, and Schultz had to be frustrated about that. Now ends up walking Neto, 2 on 1 out for Mike Trout.
Here's the pitch on Trout. This is lifted high in the air. This ball's well hit out into left on the warning track. Making the catch on that one is Antonacci. Tagging and moving second to third will be Teodosio on that deep flyout. Trout gave it a long ride, a long out that does advance the lead runner. And the batter now will be Grissom.
Boy, Trout just missed that pitch. Sends it all the way where Antonacci basically had his back at the wall in front of the visitors' bullpen in left field. Trout just skying it a bit. Ends up being just a long F7.
Here's Grissom with a chance to drive in a run. Takes that pitch for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Soler waits on deck. Angels batting bottom of the 4th, looking for more, up 5-1. That pitch a little bit low. Not much of a breeze here at the Big A. Flags are hardly moving. Here's the pitch. And that one is taken, and all of a sudden, Schultz getting behind hitters. The catcher is going to challenge this call. It was called a ball. Let's see how it plays out. And it will be a ball.
Call confirmed. It is a ball.
So they lose the challenge. The call was correct by Andy Fletcher, the home plate umpire. 3-0 the count on Grissom. And there's a lob toss over to first base. Back to the bag goes Neto. He's been caught stealing today. Grissom awaits the next pitch. Here it comes, and that one catches the outside corner. That's a called strike.
Opportunity for Vaughn Grissom, whose bat has cooled over the last couple of games. Was scorching when he first came off the IL.
And there's a pickoff toss, and Neto dives back.
So that's 2 now. So Neto can essentially take as big a lead as he wants.
He has a healthy lead over there. Here's the pitch. Popped in the air, foul down the right side, and this one is going to get out of play. It hit the netting down there. The right fielder, Kelnick, he ran out of room.
In years past, that might have been playable for Kelnick, but with the netting extended all the way down, foul pole to foul pole, it just grazes the net and takes it out of play.
There is action in the bullpen for Chicago. There goes Neto. The pitch is high, and that's ball 4. Second walk in the inning. Angels have them everywhere now. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. So that will be it for the rookie Noah Schultz. Can't win it, and at the moment on the hook for a loss. We'll see who comes in when we get back. Angels still batting when we return in the bottom of the 4th. Halo's up 5-1 on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
Like tracking a ball off the bat, early detection and quick action are key to winning the game against melanoma, a serious type of skin cancer that develops from the pigment-producing cells in the skin. Hi, I'm Dr. Tanya Evans, a dermatologist at Memorial Care Cancer Institute. We're in the big leagues when it comes to providing advanced care for patients with all stages of melanoma. Our team emphasizes regular skin examinations and sun protection measures, which are essential for prevention and early detection.
Benz Asphalt, not just another paving company. Since 1961, Benz Asphalt has been paving the roads and parking lots our communities depend on every day. And as they continue paving the way into the future, they're growing their team. Benz Asphalt is now hiring project managers, asphalt sales professionals, superintendents, foremen, equipment operators, CDL drivers, and laborers. If you're looking for a career with a company built on over 60 years of experience, they want to hear from you.
And go Angels!
Need a little help starting your day? Chick-fil-A has delicious breakfast options just for you. Whether it's the chicken minis, egg white grill, or the classic Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit, served on a freshly baked buttermilk biscuit. Enjoy breakfast with Chick-fil-A, served until 10:30 a.m. Download the Chick-fil-A app and order your favorites today. Plus, with every qualifying purchase, you'll receive points towards tasty rewards. The Chick-fil-A we all enjoy is just a tap away.
Add to your Angels bobblehead collection when the first 25,000 fans on Monday, June the 8th will take home their very own Yusei Kikuchi bobblehead, courtesy of JAE, Japan Aviation Electronics Industry Limited. Visit angels.com/promotions for more.
New pitcher is Osvaldo Bido. Angels faced him last week in Chicago. This is his first appearance in this series here at the Big A. He was with Atlanta earlier this season. First pitch to Jorge Soler. That's outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Bido overall this year. This is his 11th appearance and his 5th with the White Sox. He has a 2-0 record, high ERA, 7.16. Here's the next pitch. That's on the outside part of the plate. Angels hoping to add on here. 2 outs, the bases loaded. Adele would be up next. Bido checks the runner at second. Here's his pitch, and he hits him. That's going to force in a run. It came up and in on Soler. He'll get an RBI, and the Angels extend the lead. It's now 6-1.
And for that to happen, a slider that just slipped out of the hand of Bido came right in, gets Soler in the left forearm. He's okay. A run comes in, Angels lead grows, and now Joe Adele has an opportunity with the bases full.
That run will go against Schultz, an earned run. Here's the pitch on Adele, and there's a pitch that comes up and in on him. And Adele is going to be hit by the pitch as well. Wow.
Joe was doing his very best to get out of the way of that one. If he stands in there, it's a hit by pitch for sure. And it
just barely got him.
Yeah. Grazed the jersey.
Boy, the Angels have gotten a lot of gift runs in this ball game. Just getting 2 more here in this inning. And at the plate, chasing and missing that one is Peraza. It's 7-1 Angels.
It all comes back around, Terry.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. A little chopper fair on the first base side, fielded by the first baseman. Murakami will go to the bag, and that is how the inning will end. Ends on that ground out. Angels end up sending 8 to the plate and score a couple of times. The call to the bullpen for the White Sox, presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink. We get ready to move on to the 5th inning at the Big A. When we get back, Trent Rush will have some play-by-play action for you here on Angels Radio, also available free on the Angels Radio app.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Now, get the Hyundai Tucson for 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit your local Hyundai dealer. Offers end June 1st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
We all have difficult times and face challenges. You are not alone. There are things you can incorporate in your daily life to support your mental wellness. Make sure you get enough rest and set a positive mindset for the day ahead. Grab a friend. Take some time to get outdoors to breathe in fresh air. End your day by jotting down 3 positive things that went well for you. For more resources on ways to navigate your mental wellness, visit angels.ocnavigator.org. The OC Navigator is brought to you by the OC Healthcare Agency.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
College nights are back at the Big A for the 2020 season, featuring all new customized jerseys. Bring your group, family, friends, and fellow students, and visit angels.com/college to see when we're celebrating your school. Fans must purchase through angels.com/college to receive their special jersey.
Top of the 5th inning, Angels with a 7-1 lead on the White Sox. Walter Urania back out there to face Tristan Peters. First pitch misses for ball 1 as Urania gets set against the left-hander as it again misses inside. Count goes to 2-0. A new catcher into the game, Sebastian Rivero, replacing Travis d'Arnaud, who was walking back a little gingerly after trying to beat out an infield hit in the previous inning. The 2-0 catches the corner, and that's going to be strike 1, a 95-mile-an-hour fastball here in this top of the 5th inning, presented by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
Angels already with Ohapi on the injured list, and it looked like d'Arnaud tweaked something running to first base on that ground out last inning.
Caught a ball, the catcher's challenging.
So we'll see another ABS review here, see if the count will go to either 3-1 or 2-2.
Rivero's been good on challenges.
Yeah, he nailed that one.
Yep, really good.
Strike all the way and helps his pitcher out in the first at-bat since entering the ball game. So the count goes to 2-2 on Peters as Urena sets from the stretch. This one is hit to right field. Joe Adell coming up for it. Drifts over towards the foul line. Takes a couple of steps, secures it, and there's out number 1. (7-1) Angels, top of the 5th inning. Halos have had some gift runs today, to say the least, including 2 more in the previous half inning. The Halos were hit by 2 pitches from Osvaldo Bito, who had just come into the game for Noah Schultz, with the bases full to bring in 2 more runs. The Angels scored 5 2-out runs in the second inning as Urania lands a changeup for a strike on Drew Romo. Jumps out in front, 0-1. Romo walked his first time up. Here comes the pitch from Urania. One's outside.
Yeah, all 7 Angel runs through the first 4 innings coming with 2 outs. And you could argue that Noah Schultz might not have given up any runs today.
Sure. Peraza broke up a double play that led to d'Arnaud hitting a 3-run homer. Another pop-up that Mydrop absolutely should have caught off the bat of Mike Trout. He didn't. Romo swings and misses right over the top of an 89-mile-an-hour changeup, 1-2. Schultz's line, 3 2/3, 7 hits, 7 runs all earned, walked 4, struck out 3. Not reflective of the way he pitched in this game. He was quite unlucky, and the Angels able to take advantage of some good fortune.
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Romo as that last pitch missed in. Angels with a 6-run lead here in this top of the 5th inning. Romo, the 9-hitter in the lineup. Little dribbler past the batter's box. Picked up by Rivero. Fires over to first. Shawnuel is there, and there's the second out.
Nice play there by Rivero. He had to make a split-second decision there whether to see if that one would roll foul. He elected to play it. It was almost hugging the line, and then he had to really get something on that throw to get the out on Romo.
The way that ball was trickling, it looked like it was going to go foul, but Rivero picked it up first and takes the out. Sam Antonacci, the leadoff man in this White Sox lineup, bats here with 2 outs. 5th inning, Angels up 7-1. First pitch to Antonacci's outside, 1-0 from Urania. Antonacci 0 for 2 so far today. Pitch misses in, 2-0. For Sebastian Rivero, maybe playing with a little bit of community karma. He spent some time as part of the Angels Adopt-a-School program 2 days ago, going to Villa Park Elementary, where he spent the day meeting with young students, sharing stories of coming to the U.S. from Venezuela. Pitch is fouled off, 2-1. You can join us coming up Friday, May 22nd, when the Rangers come to town. First 25,000 fans will receive a camo trucker hat, courtesy of Angels Radio AM 830. Visit angels.com/promotions. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 from Urania. 78 pitches into his day. We're not seeing the same high 98 velo from Urania like we saw earlier. That last one at 95. Pitch before was 97. 2-2. Ground ball hit over to Grissom at second base. Scoops it up. Flip to Shawnuel. And just like that, a 1-2-3 inning. And Urania retires the White Sox in order in the 5th. The home half is coming up. Angels leading the White Sox 7-1 here on Angels Radio and the Angels Radio app. This summer, the Angels are offering week-long youth baseball and softball camps presented by Mountain Mike's Pizza throughout Orange and Riverside counties for boys and girls ages 4 to 13. Camp highlights include a full Angels uniform, an autograph from a current Angel player, and 2 tickets to the camper reunion event at Angel Stadium in September. Don't miss out. Visit angels.com/camps to learn more about our youth baseball and softball camps today. That's angels.com/camps.
Is it just me, or does our AC system sound like a jet engine?
When's the last time we got the tune-up?
I think it was never.
Never? We need to call Service Champions. We can get a complete AC tune-up for just $88.
Okay, let's book that $88 tune-up. What's the number?
833-777-7777. Or you can book online at servicechampions.com.
Limit 1 coupon per household. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Call for details.
Whether you're cheering on the Angels at the ballpark or out and active in the heat, Pocari Sweat provides the hydration you need to be at your best. However you quench your thirst for life, when you're in need of hydration, Pocari Sweat is ready to fully hydrate your body and get you back to being your best. With a delicious citrus taste, Pocari Sweat will rehydrate, restore, and revitalize you. Now, Pocari Sweat is available at select Costco locations and, as always, in stadium at the corner markets. Pocari Sweat is a proud partner of Angels Baseball.
Join your Angels during select games throughout the season for our Heritage-themed ticket packages. Each ticket package purchased through angels.com/heritage includes a customized jersey along with a ticket to the game. Fans must purchase through angels.com/heritage to receive their special jersey.
Nolan Shawnuel leads off the bottom of the 5th inning, where the Angels are on top of the White Sox 7-1. here in this Wednesday matinee. Angels trying to win this series against Chicago. Rips a ball foul down the first base side, very close to being a hit, but just to the right of the first base bag. I'm Trent Rush alongside Terry Smith this afternoon. Scheduled off day for Mark Langston. He'll be back when the Halos take on Toronto coming up on Friday. First 25,000 fans in attendance Monday, June the 1st will take a City Connect cooler tote bag home, courtesy of Yakult Probiotic Drink. Visit angels.com/promotions for details.
That series begins Friday in Toronto. The Angels are going to have to deal with Dylan Cease. Reed Detmers will face him.
0-1 to Shonowell's outside. Interesting, the Angels activate Alek Manoah earlier today. So Manoah will be returning to a place where he's made a name for himself, was an all-star in 2023 with the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss by Shonowell on the 1-1, goes to 1-2. Alek Manoah, who early in spring training was about 93, 94 with the fastball. In his rehab outing at A-ball, the fastball was 90, 91. But he feels well enough to come back after he dropped that dumbbell on his finger. A little flare over to third base. There to snag it from the air was Vargas, and that's out number 2. Excuse me, out number 1, I should say. First out of the inning. Shonowell retired. And now Sebastian Rivera will bat for the first time here today. Came in the last half inning, replacing Travis d'Arnaud. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 7-1 Angels. Bottom of the 5th inning. Halos trying to get a series win today. And Robert Ureña pitched very well. 79 pitches through 5 innings. After a 30-pitch second inning, has really settled in. And he's done so today really without throwing very many sweepers. 79 pitches, 40 fastballs, 34 changeups, 5 sweepers. That's been it. 0-2 to Rivero. Down and away. 1-2. Sebastian Rivero will be making the trip to Toronto. He says that's his favorite city on the road to play. Comebacker right off the glove of Beto. Gets picked up over at second base. Maidroth to Murakami, and there's the second out. 1-4-3 on a hard hit ball for out 2. Bryce Teodosio, the batter now for the Angels, already with 2 hits today. He's our player to watch, presented by Kettle One Vodka. John Teodosio is outside, hasn't gotten a start in over a week, but when he's been in the lineup now for the last 5 games, he's had a multi-hit affair. 2 hits already today and scored a run.
He hadn't even had an at-bat in over a week. And if he gets a hit here, he's going to be hitting right around 300 for the season.
Started the day, and again, this is just a reflection of small sample size. He was 242 when the day began. He's 286 right now. Check swing on the 1-1. They say he went on the appeal over to Alex Tosi over at first. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Bottom of the 5th, Angels with a 7-1 advantage over the White Sox thanks to 7 2-out runs, 5 of them coming in the second inning, as they have knocked the starter Noah Schultz out of the game. Teodosio skies a ball to center field. Peters comes up for it, is there, and that's how the inning comes to a close. The Angels retired in order. 6th inning coming up. Halos lead by 6 runs. It's 7-1 Angels here on Angels Radio and the Angels Radio app.
Angels fans, are you daydreaming of tropical beaches and world-class spas, culinary adventures, and cultural treasures? Then fly our 5-star airline partner, EVA Air, from Los Angeles to Taipei. Connect from there to most of the rest of Asia with just 1 stop. EVA is a Star Alliance member with flatbed seats in business, extra comforts in every cabin, and extraordinary service on board Boeing 777s. Whether you're traveling for business or fun, book an unforgettable trip to Asia at www.evaair.com.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Join us at Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, our biggest trade event of the year, May 14th through the 17th. Trade in your RV and get the highest value guaranteed. Then upgrade for less with new RVs starting as low as $94 a month. Plus, take 25% off select maintenance services. Save up to 40% on camp-ready must-haves. And enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Red, White, and New Trade event at your local Camping World, May 14th through the 17th. We'll see you there.
Get your group tickets today and experience the excitement of 2026 Angels baseball with your group of 20 or more. Tickets start at just $7 per seat when you visit angels.com/groups. Call 7144-ANGELS or visit angels.com today.
Top of the sixth inning here at the Big A. 7-1 Angels over the White Sox. Trent Rush with Terry Smith. Heart of the order coming up for Chicago, starting with Murakami, first batter for the White Sox in the inning as the sweeper misses in. We have not seen many of those from Urania, who's now 80 pitches into his start. That's just the sixth sweeper today from Urania, who's been very north and south, not very east and west, as Murakami taps that one foul.
Well, the game plan so far for him has been working out nicely. We'll see how long he goes. He's at 81 pitches right now. You would certainly hope he can get through the sixth inning today.
Swing and a miss by Murakami, or a foul tip anyway. Goes to 1-2. Murakami has been a strikeout victim twice at the hands of Urania. So far this afternoon, Urania, who's given up just a run on 2 hits through 5 innings. White Sox took the lead in the second. Angels came right back in the home half with 5 2-out runs, tacked on 2 more in the fourth. Here it comes from Urania, and another swing and a miss. Murakami goes down on strikes for the 3rd time in this game. 1 gone in the 6th inning. This top of the 6th is being presented by Coca-Cola.
5 strikeouts in the game for Walbert Urania. And along the way, he has walked 3.
Miguel Vargas goes after the first pitch. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball back into the upper deck seats behind home plate. Good test for Urania, facing the meat of Chicago's lineup now for a 3rd time here in this game. Here comes the 0-1. Little dribbler foul on the third base side. Terry, we were talking about this before the game. Urania has really been a reverse splits guy. A right-hander who fares much better against lefties and righties. The White Sox put 7 left-handed bats essentially in their lineup. And so far, through 5 innings, Urania's pretty much mowed him down.
Yeah, it's worked right into his hands. And in the days of baseball analytics, they didn't follow the analytics today, the White Sox.
Will Venable going against what the analytics say, more with conventional wisdom. And so far, it has not worked out. Ground ball over to third, Peraza. Throw on the run is in time.
Good stretch over there by Shadowell. Nice play again by Peraza, who's flashed his glove work over there at third base today.
Yeah, Peraza's made some spectacular plays. That one he made look routine, and Vargas lost the helmet on the throw, and it's a 5-3 putout. It's now 7 in a row retired by Urania. Here's Colson Montgomery. Red Sox haven't even had a runner in scoring position since the second inning when they scored a run. Pitches inside. Fastball misses. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs to Colson Montgomery. Angels with a 7-1 lead on the Chicago White Sox here in the top of the 6th inning. Montgomery doubled and scored The White Sox lone run back in the second. Goes after the 1-0, fouls it back. The first 25,000 fans Monday, June the 8th will take home a Yusei Kikuchi bobblehead, courtesy of JAE. Visit angels.com/promotions. Yusei Kikuchi placed on the injured list earlier this week, so the Angels have needed a starter to step up, and Walbert Urania, so far today, has been that answer. 1-1 ground ball right over to Shonowell. He'll take it to the bag himself. And another clean frame for Walbert Urania, who is through 6 innings on 90 pitches, having given up just 1 run on 2 hits. The home is coming up after this. Angels lead the White Sox 7-1 on Angels Radio and the Angels Radio app.
When it comes to performance, your paint should deliver like the pros. Vista Paint has been supplying contractors and homeowners across Southern California with trusted coatings for decades, including premium PPG products known for durability, coverage, and color that lasts. Whether you're refreshing a room or tackling a major project, step up to the plate with quality you can count on. Drop on by your local Vista Paint store today and get your next project started right.
2026 Angel season seats are available now. Place your season seat deposit today and don't miss every amazing moment by your Halos this season. For more info on season seats, visit angels.com/season seats or call 714-4ANGELS.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on brakes?
We mark Duralast brake pads down to free.
Free Duralast brake pads?
When you buy 2 rotors.
Can I get Duralast Gold pads for free?
With 2 Duralast Gold rotors, and there's a lifetime warranty on brake pads.
That's a huge markdown for so many miles.
Save on brakes and more during Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Bottom of the 6th inning being brought to you by United Airlines, where the Angels have taken flight today with 7 2-out runs and have a 7-1 lead. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Zach Neto batting first, hit a home run last night, his first since April the 10th. Takes a big hack there and ends up taking a pause. The power of the lineup is presented by Just Ingredients, real food, better health. Zach Neto has reached 3 times today, and an RBI triple, has scored a pair of runs. He's been on every time up so far, as that pitch goes all the way to the backstop from Osvaldo Bito, who came into the game with the bases full in the 4th inning, ended up hitting 2 Angel batters with 2 outs. It led to 2 runs of cushion for the Halos, who right now have a 6-run lead. Zach Neto hits a fly ball in the left field. Coming up for it is Antonacci, as that one was headed towards the foul pole just in front of the rim of the track, and that's the first out of the inning. Now Mike Trout digging in, our Trout Tracker presented by State Farm. Trout drove in a run in the 2nd inning with a pop-up that my drive couldn't bring in, allowed a run to score. It's his lone hit of the day. He's 1 for 3 with the RBI. First pitch on Trout. He takes it low.
A couple of other games going on involving teams from the AL West. Seattle has a 2-0 lead against the Braves in Seattle. That's in the bottom of the 6th. And the Dodgers beat the Astros in Houston today, 12-2. The Astros announced before that ball game that Carlos Correa, yesterday, taking batting practice in the cage before their game against the Dodgers, felt some discomfort in his left ankle. He has a torn tendon. He's going to have surgery. He's out for the remainder of the season.
1-1 is popped up back behind second base. Montgomery squeezes it for the 2nd out of the inning. Boy, that is a blow for an Astros team that has struggled to begin the year, and now to be without Correa the rest of the season while taking batting practice.
Yeah. devastating injury to the Astros.
Former Astro Framber Valdez got hit with a 6-game suspension today, by the way, after he drilled Trevor Story yesterday, gave up 2 home runs, hit the next batter, and bench is clear, and he'll have to sit for 6. Vaughn Grissom bats with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels have a 7-1 advantage over the White Sox. 0-1 on Grissom. Walked his last time up back in the 4th. Oh, 1, chopped foul, falls behind 0-2. You can join the Angels for every Saturday night home game and enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Visit angels.com/promotions. 0-2 on Grissom is a line drive right at Mydroth, who didn't have to move, and that's how the Angels go down in order. 1-2-3, 1-2-3 in the lineup. Retired. To the 7th we go. Terry Smith is a play-by-play for you. When we come back, Angels lead 7-1 through 6 against the White Sox on Angels Radio and the Angels Radio app.
There's no better way to enjoy Angels baseball than from the comfort of a suite at the Big A. Entertain guests with all-inclusive packages. Enjoy locations throughout our exclusive club level. For more info, call 7144-ANGELS or visit angels.com/suites.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
Tune in to watch your Angels all season long. If you have a cable or satellite TV package, head over to ABTV on the exact same channel you watched the Angels last season. If you want to stream your Halos at home or on the go without a cable or satellite package, you can sign up for Angels.tv. For all the info you need on how to watch Angels baseball, visit angels.com/watch for details.
We get set for inning number 7. New pitcher for the Angels. The veteran left-hander Brent Suter takes over. And he will be trying to protect this lead right now. The Angels are up by 6 as we start the 7th. We'll give you the numbers on Urania, the Angels starter, who has a chance to win his first ever Major League game today. And the pitch, that's in there for a called strike on Mydroth. Urania threw 90 pitches, 55 for strikes, 6 innings, just 2 hits allowed, 1 run it was earned, walked 3, struck out 5. And here's a little pop that's going to drop into shallow left field. And that's going to be the second hit of the day and 5th in the series for Mydroth, the White Sox second baseman, a leadoff hit. Angels call to the bullpen, brought to you by Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. And coming up, we'll have this date in Angels history brought to you by Sports Illustrated Tickets. Every game, every show, every moment. Get your tickets at SITickets.com. Next pitch, this is a fly ball down the left side that's just going to drop foul. And luckily for the Angels, it was just a foot or two off the line. Teodosio was chasing, but had no chance to make a catch on that one. 0-1 is the count. Mentioned this date in Angels history, May the 6th. You have to go back 54 years ago today, May 6th, 1972. The Angels played their fastest 9-inning game in club history. That was a 2-0 win against Milwaukee. That game went 1 hour, 31 minutes. And that's fouled back behind the plate.
It's faster than the whip perfecto at 1 hour 49. Jeez.
Yeah.
We are not breaking that record today.
Nope. Suter's a guy that likes to work fast, though.
Yeah.
But he has no chance to work fast enough to break that record. And the pitch, that's a pitch that's in there. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. This game closing in on the 2-hour mark in a little bit. The pitch, that's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Benintendi, who's batting, has a sac fly. He has driven in their only run, and that came way back in the top of the second. And he's also hit into a double play. Here's the pitch. Chops this one foul over on the first base side. Let's pause for station identification on Angels Radio, also available on the new and improved Angels Radio app.
AM 830, KLAA, Orange County, Los Angeles, and Inland Empire.
Terry Smith along with Trent Rush, our producer-engineer on this Wednesday, none other than Jorge Sevilla. And there's one that's inside, and the count runs full, 3-2. Suter coming into this game, ERA 3.92. Here's his delivery, and that's going to be a walk. So the Angel bullpen, which has been certainly up and down, maybe a little bit more down than up, off to a slow start here in this 7th inning. The first 2 Suter has faced have gotten on, and now it looks like Randall Grichuk is going to pinch hit.
Suter has to be able to throw that changeup for strikes. And in such a heavily left-handed lineup, it felt like, this is the right guy to bring in his spot, 6-run game. But if he's not going to land his changeup, that's problematic. He's not a pitcher that's going to blow it by you.
Here's the pitch, and Grichuk takes low. That was a good block there by the catcher, Rivero. No one able to advance on that. Look for Grichuk to stay in the game and take over for Kelnick, who he's pinch hitting for, take over in right field. There's the next pitch. That's on the outside part of the plate. That's a called strike.
And after seeing 95 to 98 all day from the right side, Suter comes in. That was an 85-mile-an-hour fastball from the left.
1-1 pitch. Popped in the air. Shallow right field. Coming in under is Adele. He'll make the catch, and it was shallow, so no chance for Maidroth, the lead runner, to advance on that fly out. And they're going to have another pinch hitter now, so they're flipping out the left-handed batters for right-handed hitters here against the lefty Suter, and this is going to be Derek Hill, who's going to bat for Tristan Peters, and he will likely take over for him in center field as well. Peters went 0 for 2.
So while there's that part of the chess match, Kurt Suzuki has another left-hander warming in the bullpen, Drew Pomerantz.
And the pitch on its way. Checking on that one and holding up on it is Hill for ball 1. Angels bullpen asked to get 9 outs and a healthy lead, and there's a push bunt on the first base side. This is trouble. Suter has it, fields, and flips it to first base. Boy, that was a great play right there. That was really special. He likes to do everything fast, and he had to do it there as well, and he just kind of flicked that ball after he was able to barehand it and get it to Shonowell, and Hill can run.
A 3-sport athlete, loves some football, and he was showing that athleticism there. He came off the mound the other direction over towards the third base side with the bunt over on the first base side, so he had to change direction in a hurry. Suter got to it and delivered a perfect feed to Nolan Shonowell on the run, and he had to give it a little something to be able to get this speedy Hill. That was very impressive from the pitcher, Brent Suter, for the Angels.
So the 2 runners advance to second and third, but there's 2 outs in the inning. And here's the switch hitting catcher, the 9-hole hitter, Drew Romo. He'll bat right-handed against the Angel lefty. Here's the pitch, and he was showing bunt with 2 outs. And ends up taking that one for ball 1.
After what Suter just did, I can't imagine why you think you'd drop a bunt on this guy. That was unbelievable how he got that.
Here's the next pitch. Grounded sharply foul over by the Angels' third base dugout. 1-1 is the count. And the Angels step up in the bottom of this inning. Soler, Adele, and Peraza. And we'll see if Beto continues for them. Here's the pitch, and that's low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Time called by the home plate umpire at the request of the batter, Romo. Here's Suter's next delivery. Grounded foul into the Angels dugout on the third base side. So 2-2.
Warming for the White Sox is number 44, Jordan Hicks in the White Sox bullpen.
White Sox have action in their bullpen. 2-2 the count. Jordan Hicks is warming up for them. And there's a pitch that misses, so the count goes full, 3-2. That was a changeup.
It's a 7-1 game right now. 6 runs feels like a nice cushion with 7 more outs to cover, but this is a potentially pretty consequential inning. Suter has to get out of this and not let the White Sox get any momentum.
Here's the next delivery, and that is a called third strike, which would end the inning. It's being challenged, though, by Romo. Let's see. Again, it was called a strike. It ends up being a ball. Wow. So the hitter wins that challenge. The inning isn't over, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
And here comes Kurt Suzuki. That's going to be it for Suter.
And there's the signal to the bullpen. So Suter got 2 outs in the inning. You were certainly hoping he would get 3, but it didn't happen. And we'll have a pitching change. Pomerantz was warming up for the Angels in the bullpen. Breaking the action when we get back still in the 7th. White Sox trying to mount a comeback. We'll have them loaded with 2 outs, and the Angels on top in this game, 7-1 on Angels Radio. Also available on the Angels Radio app.
Angels fans, the Hyatt Vacation Club invites you to enjoy a 4-day, 3-night resort getaway, starting from just $149. Choose from 6 beautiful locations, from the mountains of Breckenridge, Colorado, to the beautiful beaches of Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. See what Hyatt Vacation Club has to offer. Conditions and participation requirements apply. Call 866-440-8783 to learn more.
Nothing beats a day at the Big A. But when that SoCal heat climbs, I've got one winning move. Thrifty ice cream. Don't miss a pitch waiting in line. Head straight to the corner markets for a grab-and-go single-serve cup. They're pre-packaged and ready to move, so you can get back to the action with favorites like cookies and cream and mint and chip. Not at the stadium today? You can still win. Swing by your local grocer to bring the magic of Thrifty home. Thrifty ice cream at Angel Stadium. Get the scoop on a great game.
There was a time when electricity stirred emotion, when street lamps gave way to incandescent bulbs, and the flicker of a projector made us forget about old grainy photos. Electricity was once a luxury. When done right, it still is. The all-electric Lexus RZ. Because the greatest measure of an automobile is how it makes you feel. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Join us at the Big A on Friday, May the 22nd, when the Rangers come to town. And the first 25,000 fans will receive a camo trucker hat, courtesy of Angels Radio AM 830. Visit angels.com/promotions for more.
Bases loaded, and it is Drew Pomerantz who takes over. The leadoff man Antonacci is the batter, so it's a lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch, and that's up and in for ball one. Pomerantz 7.90 ERA. Last couple of appearances have been better for him. This is his 16th appearance. And the next pitch, that's in there for a called strike. Pomerantz is ready, and here's the next pitch. That's cut on and fouled back behind the plate. So the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Left-handed batters against Pomerantz this season. We'll get you those numbers in just a moment. Here's the pitch, and that's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play. 273 batting average, lefty hitters against Pomerantz. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And out ends the inning, and they don't score a hit. They have them loaded right now, and there's a pitch that comes in, and that hits the batter on a 1-2 pitch to force in a run. Didn't hit him much at all, but just grazed the elbow there. As that ball was starting to drop, it hit right off his elbow pad. So now it's a 7-2 Angels lead.
I feel like we have deja vu in reverse. This was the situation for the Angels in the 4th inning when Beto hit Joe Adell along with Soler that brought in 2 with the bases full.
Here's Murakami, and the pitch, that's up and in for a ball. That Runwich just scored on the hit by pitch, goes against Suter.
If you're the Angels, this is the last guy you want to see in this situation.
They're loaded, and the league's top home run hitter at the plate. The pitch, that's in there for a called strike. Murakami has homered in this series. He's been really quiet today against Urania. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, all swinging. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and he thought about chasing that one, and that pitch catches the outside corner. That was a fastball 92, and now it's a 1-2 count.
And that one looked upon review like it might have been off the plate. Murakami opts not to review it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the next delivery. This is fouled back, and boy, that went into our booth. It's the first one all year.
If Mark Langston was sitting here, he would have caught it.
He might have. He was a Gold Glover.
I got out of the way.
That could be a nice collectible baseball by the end of the season, depending on the rest of the season for Murakami. He could be the Rookie of the Year. He could be the league's top home run hitter. Who knows? Counts 1-2, and the next pitch he was taking. Boy, that was borderline, just a little bit outside. 2-2. Need to get that baseball authenticated.
We can do that.
Yeah. Here's the 2-2, and he takes one too many there. Struck him out looking. That knuckle curveball froze him, and Murakami a strikeout victim for the 4th time today. So they picked up 1 run, and they will leave the bases loaded for the 2nd time in this ball game. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time as we go there. Good news, it's 7-2 Angels on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
The Chevy Drive Memorial Day event is on at Simpson Chevrolet in Irvine and in Garden Grove. Start your summer with special Memorial Day low financing and payment programs on great selection of new 2026 Silverados. All models with the popular colors and options you want are now in stock at family-owned Simpson Chevrolet. They're big enough to deal, small enough to care.
Attention pro contractors and builders. Whether you're on site or in the office keeping track of orders and billing, your focus should be on doing your job well, not wasting time with the guesswork or the stress of managing your business. Meet MyFBM, your time-saving digital tool from your partners at Foundation Building Materials. It's your go-to, placing and managing orders, tracking deliveries, and controlling job spend all in one place. Guest checkout's now available, making it even easier to buy your building materials online. It's time to change the way you do business. Visit myfbm.com and start supplying your next project today. myfbm.com.
Angels fans, New Era Cap is proud to be the official cap of your Los Angeles Angels. Be sure to stop by the team store at Angel Stadium to pick up your New Era Authentic Collection Angels cap today. Remember, you can always visit us at neweracap.com to shop our latest selections, including our limited editions and exclusive drops. New Era Cap, the official on-field cap of Major League Baseball.
Angel fans, join your Halos out at the Big A. For more info on upcoming games, including exciting matchups, giveaways, and more, visit angels.com/tickets.
Jorge Soler is the batter for the Angels. Bottom of the seventh we go. Halos up 7-2. Few changes for the White Sox. Their new pitcher is Jordan Hicks. Randall Grichuk comes in after pinch hitting for Kelnick. He'll replace him in right, and they've decided to bring in Luis Angel Acuna to play center. There's the pitch. That's a pitch that's taken for ball two. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
Seventh inning stretch presented by JMG Security Systems. That seventh inning stretch felt like yoga when you get your breathing under control after the Angels got out of a jam with the White Sox, had the bases loaded, and could have made this one mighty tight. Instead, it's 7-2.
Here's the 2-0 pitch that's in there for a called strike. So Hicks replaces Beto. And Beto today ended up going 2 1/3 innings. He did not allow any hits or runs. And there's a pitch on Soler. Missed for ball 3. It's 3-1. Beto hit 2 batters today. Did not walk or strike out any. Here's the 3-1, and that's way inside on Soler, and he has a walk. So Soler on base every time he's batted today. 2 walks. Got hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to force in a run, and he's also singled and scored. He's been busy getting on base for the Angels, and on to start off the bottom of the seventh, and Adele will be the next batter.
Soler saw back-to-back pitches way high and tight. 99 up and in, and then a slider in the same spot.
Pitch on its way, and that's on the outside corner, a called strike. Adele's officially 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to drive in a run. Here's the delivery. He swings at that one, pops it foul on the first base side, way out of the reach of Murakami. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. The bottom of the seventh. It's being brought to you by StubHub. Angels have led this game since the bottom of the second when the Angels scored 5 2-out runs. All 7 Angel runs scoring with 2 outs today. Next pitch on Adele. Takes that one high. The attendance today at the Big A, 23,388, 23388. Pitch is a called third strike. And that was a sinker right there. Adele taking that one on the outside corner. He strikes out for the 3rd time today, 1 away.
Angels with both ABS reviews remaining. That was a borderline pitch. Pretty good fastball from Hicks. I think that would have stayed a strike regardless. 98, bottom part of the zone, well located.
Here's the pitch on Peraza, and the first one on him misses. Angel batters today striking out 4 times, so they've cut down the strikeouts a little bit. Adele struck out 3 of the 4 times, and the other strikeout was against Grissom. And here's one hit on a hop fielded by the second baseman, and caught in a rundown now after the batter was out is going to be Soler in between first and second, and the inning is going to end on a double play. Meidroth saw out of the corner of his eye Soler heading for second, and Soler ended up sliding about 25 feet shy of the bag, so Meidroth just fired to first, and then they got Soler in that rundown, and the inning is over. We're headed to the 8th as we go there. It's 7-2 in favor of the Angels on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
Angels fans, New Era Cap is proud to be the official cap of your Los Angeles Angels. Be sure to stop by the team store at Angel Stadium to pick up your New Era Authentic Collection Angels cap today. Remember, you can always visit us at neweracap.com to shop our latest selections, including our limited editions and exclusive drops. New Era Cap, the official on-field cap of Major League Baseball.
Brewery X proudly invites you to their newest Brewery X, located at the Ontario International Airport, inside Terminal 2 and 4. No ticket, no problem. Guests are encouraged to utilize the free Ontario Plus program that allows you to gain access to the terminal side in less than 30 seconds. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with 24 Brewery X brands on tap. Brewery X ONT is ecstatic to be a growing part of the community as we continue to cross paths and come together over beer.
Healthy knees and hips are very important for both baseball players and their fans to sit, stand, and move freely. If you or someone you love is living with severe knee or hip pain, limiting everyday mobility, it may be time for a joint replacement. At the Memorial Care Orthopedic and Spine Institute, we offer Mako technology for knee and hip replacements, an advanced robotic surgical system that enhances precision for proper joint alignment to reduce scarring and bleeding, as well as hospitalization and recovery times. With Memorial Care, you'll never have to miss a game.
Visit angels.com/ticket plans or call 714-4ANGELS for more info on the ticket package that's best for you in 2026. Pick the games and don't miss out on great seats at the best price. Visit angels.com/ticket plans or call 714-4ANGELS.
Chase Silseth will be the new pitcher for the Angels, and he will be pitcher number 4 of the day. He replaces Pomerantz, who got the final out last inning. Pomerantz got it on a strikeout. He didn't allow any hits or runs, and he did hit a batter. So the batter is Vargas. First pitch from Silseth, a ball. And here's the next pitch that's fouled off on the right side. The Angels' bottom of the 7th ended on a weird double play. It was a 4-3-4 double play. You don't see too many of those. But that'll happen when the base runner at first base ends up sliding 25 feet shy of second base.
Yeah,
that's what Soler did.
I don't know what happened there, but yeah, just your run-of-the-mill 4-3-4 double play.
Yeah,
my goodness.
I don't know when the last time was I saw that. Saw it today, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch, and that comes in on Vargas, and that almost hit him. He got away from it. 2-2 the count. Top of the 8th inning. Angels have a 7-2 lead. It's being presented by Nike.
Seen a lot of Chase Silseth. More appearances than any other Angel pitcher so far this season.
And there's a chase and a miss, and that was a good fastball there. 97. Vargas is out number 1 here to start off the 8th.
Well, if he can throw his fastball like that, Chase Silseth has the ability to be really effective. The splitter is his best pitch for sure. But if he's locating his fastball, that really sets up that splitter to play effectively. And that was 97, blew it right by Vargas.
At the plate now is Montgomery, and the first pitch on him a ball. And here's the pitch, and that's a chase and a miss. Don't forget, after the ball game, Angels recap. Trent's normally with you for that. phone lines are normally open, but Trent will be downstairs doing Angels TV postgame, and we'll have a little shortened version of Angels recap, but the Sports Lodge with Roger Lodge will follow. So Roger will have the phone lines open soon after the game as well.
Go give Roger a call. Got a little broadcaster shuffle here today.
Yes. A lot of moving pieces today. But we're able to adapt. Here's the pitch, and that's low. It skips away from Rivero, but no one on base. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count.
So I'd say I learned something about Chase Silseth. Yesterday, he was out at Freiberger Elementary meeting with all the students out there as part of the Angels Adopt a School program. One of the young students asked him, if you weren't a major league player, what would you be? His answer surprised me.
Okay.
He said he would be a surgeon.
A surgeon? And there's a swing and a miss. Well, he just carved up another hitter here. That is the second out.
That's an elevated fastball. That's really well done. Back-to-back swing and strikeouts for Silseth. Yeah, so that's what he wanted to do in high school, and then ultimately figured out in college it was going to take a lot of work. The time dedicated, couldn't do both, couldn't do baseball and medicine, so he settled on baseball. It's worked out. He's in the major leagues.
Yep. There's a pitch that's in there on Meidroth for a called strike. Well, he's had surgeon-like precision so far in this inning with the 2 strikeouts. And here's the pitch. That's a little bit inside. Might have to name him Surgeon Silseth.
I'm generally not surprised at some of the school visits. That one got me a little bit.
There's a pitch on the outside corner. Infield is backed up. And here is the next pitch, and there is a swing and a miss. That was a nasty sweeper, and Silseth strikes out 3 in a row. We will head to the bottom of the 8th. Angels on top here at the Big A, leading 7-2 on Angels Radio, also available free on the Angels Radio app.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
If you're looking for great Memorial Day savings, it's all right here at the Irvine Auto Center. Don't wait. Come in today for special Memorial Day low financing and low payment programs on thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles from the top import, domestic, luxury, and exotic brands, all in one location. For great Memorial Day savings, the IAC is the place to be.
Turn your search into drive, where the 5 meets the 405 at Lake Forest Drive.
Try one-of-a-kind Pac-Man treats at the Pac-Man Chomp Stop, located next to Level Up in the right field pavilion. Pac-Man-themed desserts and drinks include caramel apples, Rice Krispies, Pac-Man cookies, and lemonade in a Pac-Man cup. It's also the exclusive location for Pineapple Dole soft serve in Pac-Man branded helmet. Visit the Pac-Man Chomp Stop next to Level Up in the right field pavilion today.
Stay up to date on all things Angels by following your Halos on social media. Visit angels.com/social for a list of the team's accounts and to enjoy exclusive content all season long.
So struck out all 4 batters that he's faced going back to last inning when he came in. Here's the pitch. This is a tapper hit over on the third base side. Peraza has it. His throw will get Grichuk. And the White Sox are down to their final out in the game. So 1 more to go.
Boy, what a job Chase Silseth has done and just settled everything down. In a 7th inning that things could have spiraled for the Angels, he comes in the 8th, mows him down in order, gets a strikeout of Benintendi, a first pitch ground out, now just 1 out away from an Angel victory.
This is Acuna batting for the first time in the ball game. We haven't seen a whole lot of him in this series. He takes ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. He's hitting just 165. Right-handed batter. Here's the next pitch. It's tapped on the third base side softly and trying to barehand it, unable to get the handle on it as Peraza hits off his bare hand, and he will have no throw. So that's going to be an infield single there. And the game stays alive with 2 outs. Drew Romo is going to be the next batter, their catcher today.
Peraza's had such a big defensive game. Thought, even on a really tough play, thought he might be able to have a chance to make it. Just couldn't hang on.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes, and the pitch misses for a ball. That'll be defensive indifference. No stolen base on that. Angels need 1 out here to wrap it up and win the series. Here's the next pitch. That's a pitch in there for a strike. Angels went to Chicago last week and dropped all 3 of those games. And the Angels on the verge of taking 2 out of 3 against the White Sox here at the Big A. Would be the Angels' first series win since going back to the 2nd week of April when the Angels won a series on the road in Cincinnati. That pitch missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels right-hander is ready. Here's the pitch. And that missed outside again. 3-1. Kirby Yates has been warming up. Counts 3-1 here. And the pitch on Romo. Swings at it, lifts it in the air into left field. Backpedaling, under waiting, and making the catch on that one is Teodosio. And that is how the ball game will end. A fly out to left. Angels come away with the victory today as they beat the White Sox 8-2, and you can put a halo over this one as the Angels are victorious today here at the Big A. Angels take 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. Get ready to head across the border for the weekend series against the Toronto Blue Jays. That series will begin at the Rogers Center